Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Austin Cook, the head football coach at Flushing. Austin, how are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me, Casey.
How has this week of practice been going? And overall, how has the summer been?
Great. For our kids, they've been preparing all summer. We have a great group of seniors, a great group of kids. They're not a huge group of seniors. Last year we had 24. This year we're around 12, but a very close knit group of kids, kids that care about each other, love each other, and they show up every day. They do all the things that we ask them to do. So, very excited for start of the season. Camp has been camp is camp. You have your highs and you have your lows, and there's a lot of a learning in the process of what we're doing day in day out. So the kids have been sticking with it. They're showing up. They're doing all the right things.
So tell me, what the outlook for Flushing this year? Coming into the year, what's the outlook for Flushing heading into 2025?
Well, our overall expectations, just like you have these conversations with guys, it's always just being in love with the process of what we're doing. We can't jump to the top of the mountain, so we got to do it day by day. So, our process and where we are in our process is building, finding success in what we're doing day by day, and then, we got to go win the next one. It doesn't matter. We can't get to week 9 before we win week 1. So right now our focus is getting better in our install periods and making sure that we're fully prepared for what we got to do in our scrimmage at Frankenmuth, and then beyond that with Ann Arbor and Zeeland after that, and then we get into league play right away with Fenton. So Fenton is one of those that's been the top of our league on our side of the division. So we got to win. I mean, plain and simple. So we've got to get past that hurdle mentally, and that's our goal. So
Absolutely. All right. So let's talk about some of the returners and some of the guys to watch for Flushing this year.
yeah, so we have a really highly talented group of kids that are skill guys. So Drew Fisher is really the leader on our team. So he's the heartbeat of what we have. So Drew's uncle and his dad both play at the University of Michigan. He's going to be a two-way go player for us. Last year he was all region as a linebacker. He's only been playing football. His parents wouldn't let him play until he was a sophomore. So Drew's going to be a two-way. He's going to play tailback for us. He's going to play outside linebacker. He's going to have a great year. We've got some great skill guys on the outside. Ray Neither is one of them. Caleb Metcalf is another. Both are going to play our split. And then we've got some speedy guys. A couple of, Nakari Coulter is a junior, going to play some slot for us. And on the other side, Maddox Kinsey is another senior kid who's played a lot of football for us. So excited to see them take a step in the right direction. We've got a lot of talent on our skill level for sure.
Yeah. Offensively, defensively, where are we at there in terms of other returners, including the linemen and some other positions?
Yeah, so defensively, I always like seeing kids when the light bulb comes on. So Travante Turner is a kid who has just had monster practice for us defensively. I think he's going to have a breakout year defensively as a defensive end. He's really, really doing well. Ian Wanfor is a junior that's going to be joining us, very large body, going to be a great, solid left tackle for us moving forward. Evan Ames is a sophomore that's playing up with us. He's going to play center for us quite a bit. Big body, 280. He's up over 300 pounds now. So great bodied kid, just young. We're going to teach him as much as we can. So, but yeah, our outlook is good. I think we're defensively, we're a little bit ahead of where we are offensively right now. We had to replace a lot up front. I mean, plain and simple, we were a very senior laden team up front last year. So we had to replace basically the whole offensive line. Landon Orr is a returning starter, but Landon broke his ankle in the offseason. So he's still recovering. He's not going to be back for us until week 2 or 3. So, we're breaking in an all brand new offensive line. So, there's always hiccups when that happens. So, so just excited for their progression and to see how they continue to progress.
Absolutely. All right. We've talked about the kids. Now I'll go through the upcoming schedule for you guys. Starting off on August 28th at Ann Arbor Pioneer. September 5th, home against Zeeland East. September 12th at Fenton. September 19th, home against Flint Kearsley. September 26th at Linden. October 3rd, home against Holly. October 10th, home against Schwartz Creek. October 17th will be the Metro League crossover, and then October 24th, finishing out the regular season at Dexter. So a pretty good schedule. We know how tough the Metro League can be, but it's also the non-conference schedule. You guys scheduled some pretty solid opponents.
Yeah, I mean, with our point system and the way that point system works is we have to, good and bad. So the good is we're a Division II team, so we have numbers in our high school that are pretty stable. But everybody else in our league is Division III. Now, there's some great teams in our league. Right, wrong, or indifferent. We have that point system makes a difference. So we have to make sure we have a very, very good non-conference schedule. And I tell the kids, iron sharpens iron. If we want to be the best, then we've got to play the best. And so, that's the mindset that we carry into that is beefing up our non-conference schedule, making sure we're playing good opponents, and how we attack each day with a championship mentality. If we want to be champions, you got to play good opponents. So I'm excited for the challenge. I've never been afraid of challenges, and just very excited for our kids to get out there and hopefully just let it rip, not think about what everybody else is saying. Just let it fly. I mean, when we play hard and we play loose and we play fast, like, we can do some exciting things. So I'm excited for them, and I think they're going to have a great season.
Yeah. So really, of course, this week this is the second day of uppers. I'm not sure if you've had practice yet, or you'll have practice later on tonight.
Yeah, we practiced all day, so this is the tail end of my day, and now I'm in that review mode for the rest. So
Absolutely. So now that you've completed your 2 days in uppers, tomorrow is the big day, of course, full pads. So how exciting is it to now, get through the stage periods with, of course, with helmets all summer long, with of course the additional practices that the MHSAA gives you guys, and then of course the 2 days in uppers, and then the full pads coming tomorrow for you guys.
yeah, I mean, it's always exciting, but at the same time, I think football has changed to the point where, we have our collision practices, we have different phases. We have our run through, we have our thud, we have live, but we try to keep our live sessions to less than 5 to 10 minutes. Like, when we have big body collisions and going that way where we're taken to the ground, the worst thing that we could happen is we have somebody get injured. I work pretty closely with Ferris and Tony Anise and some of those guys. When they're working at that level, they don't take to the ground at all. Like, they have no live sessions at the Division II level. So, I've taken a lot of instruction from those guys, and really appreciate, Ferris and some of the college coaches we've worked with modeling, how we structure our practices. So, but I'm excited for our kids. We have some very physical parts of practice that we lead off with and that we end with. And it'll be fun to get out there and just let it rip a little bit tomorrow, in the safest manner possible, because we want to make sure our kids are safe before we get to season.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Austin, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, and best of luck this season to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Casey. Have a good one. I appreciate your time.